Democrats have voted 14 times now, Shannon, to keep the government closed.
The Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
I think we should do the nuclear option.
When you got the whole team helping, no EBT.
All you gotta do is fill in the basket and walk out.
I'm not paying for this.
Folks, we can't leave with that.
Trump cut us off, man. We gotta eat.
People is not paying attention to y'all. I'm in the white neighborhood at their HEB, and I'm gonna walk out with my groceries.
Let's go, they're shutting it off.
Move.
They took our cars.
I'm not paying for this.
What is you doing?
Everything is free. Everything is free.
You gonna pay for that?
I ain't paying for shit. I'm doing like everybody else doing.
You so ghetto for that?
Take this.
I'm not holding it. That's thieving. All you worry about basically is just pushing through. Y'all be worried about security and shit. Look, it goes 1, 2, 3. You just keep it pushing. That's the way. All you gotta do is look. I don't know where the hell is he going. Why you running? All you gotta do is fill in the basket and walk out.
Active robbery in progress, BJ's Concord. Hope y'all like jail.
They are not playing, y'all. They is walking around guarding the Walmart.
How do you see it? Who do you blame for this?
Well, I mean, for me, fundamentally, I'm deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
Senator, before you go, will the government open this upcoming week? This is getting seriously impacting the U.S. economy. What's your take?
I think it's likely to open Wednesday or Thursday of this week. The Democrats will wait until after Election Day because they think a shutdown is good for energizing the crazies in their party. But I think it'll be either late this week or early next week.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? This is Sammy. Thank you for going to my YouTube channel. And please subscribe and hit the like button and share this video if you could. I doubt you can. Anyway, so I have disturbing breaking news. And this is an article I found from the New York Times considering Donald Trump. And the president is threatened to withhold food stamps until the government shutdown is over. In other words, he's saying no to the judges or lawyers, whoever it is, that he's not going to allow the USDA to or the judges to force him to send at least 50% to the people who need it most, and that's the American people who are getting snapped. So that's not going to happen. That was good news yesterday, and I heard this morning it was still good news. But as of right now at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in New York City on November 4th, 2025, you're hearing it from me, and I'm telling you, Donald Trump said no. He is putting his foot down. He is not giving any snap to the American people. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. Let me tell you something. First of all, Donald Trump is trying to be not only a leader, but he is trying to set history, okay? Because today makes 35 days that the government shut down. Back in 2018, I believe, to 2019, during Christmas, he shut it down for 35 days. So today, we're talking about November 4th, 2025, he has shut it down for 35 days. No, it wasn't the Democrats. No, don't get it twisted. Okay, it wasn't the Republicans. It's Donald Trump that's making this possible. So here's my take on this. This is what's going on. First of all, I don't know if you guys know that Donald Trump wants to have his head in Mount Rushmore over in North Dakota to be the fifth head alongside with Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, and I believe Roosevelt. He wants to be the fifth head there. Look at what he's doing to the White House now. He's putting $200 million of tax money. I'm sure it's tax money. It's not any donations from any. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sure it's tax money that is going to the White House to open up a whatever it is that he's opening up there. Okay. So now what happens to the people that are still working? You know, my advice, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, but if I was one of those guys who lands and take off the planes, forgive me, but again, I'm not getting paid. I'm going to be calling out sick. I'm going to be calling out sick. And I'm sure that's what a lot of guys are doing right now. They are calling out sick. They're not going to work because they're not getting paid. They're going to have to work someplace else, get something off the books, under the table so they can help pay for mortgage or car payments or anything like that. It's been 35 days. It's sad that Donald Trump is allowing this to happen, and he says he has his hands tied. I don't see his hands tied. I think he's the president. You can do whatever you can. If you want to press the button for the nuclear explosion and
So I think we should do the nuclear option.
bomb China, you can do that. So why can't you take care of the Americans? You're over giving 40 millions to Argentina. You're giving Israel. You're giving Ukraine against Russia and whatever. Yet you can't take care of the Americans, the people who are trying to make something about this country, who are living here. It's just mind-boggling. I just can't understand why. According to history, there's been 18 government shutdowns, okay? The top two happens to be Donald Trump administration. Those are the top two. 35 days back in 2018 to 2019, and now 35 days, November 4th. November 5th will set a new record, thanks to Donald Trump, that there is going to be a government shutdown. Now, of course, I can say, the Democrats this, the Democrats that. They're trying to take care of the people. They're trying to, in reality, whether you like it or not, what I'm saying to you, they're trying to take care of those who are illegal here to have insurance. That's all it is. That's really all it is. Back in 2018, when they shut down, it was about the war, building a war in Mexico, where the Democrats said no. Now, don't get it twisted. I think Donald Trump is doing a great job regarding all the stuff that he's changing, going after illegal immigrants, not illegal aliens. They're not from Mars. Going after illegal immigrants that are doing crimes, and they go to jail. And after they go to jail, send them back to their country. That's the way to do it. Not go after the American people who are trying to make a living here and working hard. The point is, they come here and they work hard and they trying to make a living to become a U.S. citizen one day, and they come legally. Okay? And ICE is still going after those people as well, whether they did a crime or not. They beating people down. They are trying to set an example. To me, I find them to be cowards. You know why? Because they're wearing a mask. Show yourself. Don't be afraid. If you know you're doing the right thing and you're protected by the government, show yourself. Why hide? As far as SNAP, because that's personal to me, I have family members, loved ones, even friends that receive SNAP, and they need it. President Trump threatened on Tuesday, today, November 4th, to deny food stamp payments for over 42 million Americans until the end of the government shutdown. Even though a federal court last week ordered the administration to continue funding the program, but hours later, the White House press secretary said that the administration was fully complying with the order. At the same time, a group of cities and nonprofits returned to court to try to force the administration to pay the full benefit, not just half. Air travel. This is the air traffic control, which I was talking about earlier. The transportation secretary warned of mass chaos and threatened to close parts of American airspace next week if the government shutdown continues. While he has frequently pledged to reduce air traffic when controllers' absences rises, his threat to shut down airspace conveyed an increase and it sets alarm. Oh boy. Listen, if you have insurance to not fly, to cancel your flight, cancel your flight. If you have insurance, cancel your flight, get reimbursed some way, somehow, and set your vacation some other time. Unless you're willing to wait 5 or 6 hours or even risk the fact that there's no traffic controller as many and these planes are up in the air and they cannot they traffic controllers. They're like traffic crossing guards. You're gonna end up having two planes crashing because the lack of workers to keep an eye on something like that. So I'm just telling you, be careful. The Supreme Court Treasury Secretary said that he would attend the Supreme Court argument on Wednesday over Mr. Trump's power to impose many of his tariffs, emphasizing how pivotal the case could be in the president's signature. President Trump notably has yet to issue a statement on the death of former Vice President Dick Cheney. Oh, by the way, Dick Cheney just passed away today due to complications, and Donald Trump, because he knew that Dick Cheney never liked him, he hasn't said anything regarding his death as of yet, or if he ever will. So a lot of people didn't like what Bad Bunny did in Yankee Stadium, that he didn't rise. It wasn't the national anthem. They were just singing God Bless America, and he's still sitting down. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't the national anthem, okay? And here's Donald Trump being the president, acting like a child, and not even giving any respect to Dick Cheney passing away, to his loved ones and his family, and making a statement. So, again, hypocrites. The bottom line is that people are hypocrites. Don't point the finger at someone knowing that you also need to be blamed for something that happens, whatever the case may be. You also are at fault of something one time or another. So don't judge. Don't judge. Don't do that, because you also are a suspect or a victim one time or another of something that happened. So at the end of the day, people do what they have to do, to protest whatever they're protesting. And that's perfectly all right, as long as they don't harm the person. Case in point, what happened with Charlie Kirk, and that guy didn't like what Charlie Kirk says, and he assassinated Charlie Kirk. It's just sad that at the end of the day, even if they were going to give the money tomorrow, Wednesday, November 5th, SNAP, they were planning to give 50%. They say it would have taken either a day to 2 weeks to a few months to get everything rolling all over again. So because the people that do that happens to be out of work. They are the federal agency. They're not working, so they're the ones that press buttons to make things happen. If you live paycheck to paycheck, the money's going to run out one day for you. So, guys, anyway, this is Sammy. Just an update once again. Thank you for watching. Again, subscribe to my channel, and God bless you. Stay safe, everyone, and until next time. Thank you. Bye.